Good morning. Today is Friday, July 26th, and we are still at the End of the Road Winery in Germfask, Michigan. This morning when we woke up, it was 50 degrees outside here, and the camper van had dropped down to 60 degrees on the interior. So we got a chance to fire up the furnace. Took about 10-15 minutes for it to come up, but we got it up to 68 degrees pretty quickly. For power usage, we turned off everything, had the fans going over halfway through the night till it got too cold, and we got down to about 13.1 volts on the lithium batteries, which according to my charts puts it around 60 to 70%. As we were making our coffee and our cereal, and Janetta microwaved our oatmeal, it dipped way down during the load process, down to 11.8, but it quickly came back up. The sun is coming up, and the solar panels are collecting energy, and we are back up to 13.2 volts. So it's only been about an hour since sunrise, so that's pretty good. We're gonna take it slow this morning. Once we're ready, we're gonna head up to Wagner Falls, take a little walk around there, and then we're gonna head up to the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. We're not sure what we're gonna do at Pictured Rocks. We might take a boat ride, but more than likely we'll just go to a couple of scenic viewpoints because that's all we really wanna do today. Tonight, we will end up at another harvest host in Houghton, Michigan at the Historical Society. The plan today is to head north to Munising, where we will see Painted Rocks and Wagner Falls, and then northwest up to Houghton, where we'll be staying in a harvest host for the night. All right, we're on our way to Wagner Falls this time.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll set up the camera that looks at us.
Yeah, you had all these big plans.
I know. Haven't done shit.
Good decisions. JD Vance is a disaster for another comment that ABC News is reporting.
We stopped in this pullout because we assumed that was Wagner Falls, but it turns out it was a much lesser fall called Alger Falls. It was very hard to see, but these nice ladies that were also out touring around pointed us in the right direction to get to Wagner Falls.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to find. That's what that's what you do. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
All right,
thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We don't have a sign at all for Wagner.
No.
At the entrance, there was a sign detailing all the waterfalls you could see in the area. And then it was a very short hike to get to the actual falls. And this is where we made our biggest mistake of the day. We should have turned left here to go to the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, but we kept going straight thinking there was more to see up ahead. After about 20 minutes of driving the wrong way, we went back to the sign and found the area that we wanted to see at Pictured Rocks. We didn't stay long at Pictured Rocks because after our hour-long lost detour, we were pretty hungry. So we headed into Munising to try to find Muldoon's Pasties and Gifts.
Now turn right and then immediately turn right.
All right, so we're a little bit outside the town of Munising. We're going to Muldoon's Pasties. I do like jams. All right. Muldoon's had several different types of pasties, but we settled on the traditionals. We both got the meal deal, which comes with coleslaw, gravy, and a drink. Janetta's gonna open a per pasty first.
Let's see more.
Some hot. There we go. Look at that.
Right.
It looks huge. There we go.
There we go.
Pasty. Full of meat and potatoes and carrots, it looks like.
Yeah.
All right, Janetta's got some gravy.
This is the way you're supposed to eat it.
Oh, I would have just poured some inside the open up part.
It's supposed to go like that. That's the way the picture looked.
All right. I'll let her do her taste. tell me what it tastes like, and then I'm gonna put the camera down so I can eat.
Just trying to get that good. Very good.
Very good.
Very
All right,
good.
I'm gonna put the camera down so I can eat now. Good pasty.
Yep. You're eating it like a hand, like a.
Yeah, I'm eating it like a ham sandwich. Yeah, pouring a little gravy in the center, and then taking a bite. Pour a little bit in,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll take a bite.
And then you take a bite.
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah. So that was very good, but it was also very filling. I don't think either one of us are going to be up for eating any dinner tonight, because that was very filling. Don't you think so?
Extremely filling. Absolutely delicious.
Yep. Muldoon's.
Worth every penny, huh?
Yep. If you're going to go get pasties, you're going to go get pasties. If you're going to go get pasties, come outside of town to Muldoon's. Once again, the leisure travel van fits in a parking space. I just overhung it in the back, and I actually parked straighter than this stupid Toyota there. We stopped to get gas at a very busy gas station, and the diesel pumps were in the middle. We pull up to use this diesel pump, and the driver's side is empty, and nobody's pumping gas for maybe 10 minutes. So this guy has pumped his gas, leaves his truck at the pump, and then goes inside to the convenience store to buy snacks. We've run into this a few times, but all I can say is, don't be this guy. As we made it into Houghton, we came across Michigan Tech University. Some of our old friends from Maryland, Rob and Maria Kanaki, I think they went to school here.
We are, or at least we're best friends, and it's
Carnegie Museum is down.
All right, so we wanted to go.
You know there's stuff with this college town.
Who knew there was a college town, Janetta? Oh, that little boat holding up all this traffic for one little.
That little mask.
In a quarter of a mile, turn slight right onto M26 North. Now turn slight right.
Personalized it all, but
The sidewalk was
I don't
closed.
realize it because I said
I got places to go.
don't in hindsight.
It was ludicrous. We're just incredibly bored. Yes. And
Please follow the
And this is our harvest host for the night. The museum is only open from 12 to 4 on several days of the week, but they do provide a scanner code for you to make your donations. This facility is an old milling site for the Calumet and Hecla copper mines. We'll see one of these copper mines later on in the video, and we'll be visiting the Keewana Historical Site, which details what life was like back in the copper mining days. Good morning from Houghton, Michigan. We spent the night last night at this harvest house. It's at the Houghton Historical Society. It's a pretty good place. Fairly noisy due to the traffic on this main road. It's not too bad right now because it's Saturday morning. But gets a lot of traffic yesterday evening. A lot of motorcycles coming through and people with high-powered, souped-up engines. Janetta sleeps with headphones on. I have earplugs, so it wasn't a problem. Today, we're gonna head north up to the Copper Harbor area. We're just gonna do a quick drive around and see what that's like. Janetta wants to stop at a Keewenaw National Historic Site. So we'll see what that's about before we start heading a little bit south to Land O'Lakes, Wisconsin, where we'll be staying at our second HIP camp. We've already had our breakfast and our coffee. We're just sitting around watching some MSDNC, as they call it. If you haven't guessed, we're pretty liberal. So we're gonna head out in a few minutes and stop by the grocery store first, pick up some supplies before we head up to Copper Harbor and then down to Land O'Lakes. I'm trying to lure you down.
There it is.
She climbs to the top of the bed to grab a barn box on the shelf. She pulls out that white Stetson hat and puts it on, towering over me.
Just outside of Linden Lakes, there's this abandoned mine. Probably copper, right?
Yeah.
Probably abandoned copper mine. So we're just taking a quick look. They need to just leave all this stuff here. Old mining equipment, gears.
The wheels or whatever for years.
We're in the town of Loria, Michigan, and then we're at the Keewenaw National Historic Site. We're not sure what this is. So this guy developed the mines, Alexander Agassi. Unfortunately, the History Center is not open and they don't have any hours posted that I can see.
It's come in, but it does.
So Heritage Center is closed. We finally found the visitor center for the Keewana Historical Site. So we took a little walk through that area. So this is all about the copper industry? Yeah. The first floor was dedicated to the history of this particular building where the visitor center is found. And the second floor is dedicated to the history of the area and the history of the copper mines. I thought it was just going to be like a plaque or something when it said site.
Oh.
On the upper floor, there's a 14-minute movie. It's pretty good. It tells you all about the history of the area. I wouldn't miss that. Calumet was originally settled in 1864 under the name Red Jacket. Red Jacket grew due to copper mines in the area, and it was incorporated as a town in 1867. The Calumet and Hecla Mining Company produced more than half of the United States copper from 1871 through 1880. Fun to be done. Cornish wrestling, bicycle races, cricket, figure skating, and bocce ball. By 1900, due to the copper mines, Red Jacket had a population of 4,668, and the surrounding area had a population of 25,000 people. Some killjoy woman turned in her own husband. Oh no, she turned in the guy making the liquor in 1889 for violating liquor laws.
Violating what? Liquor laws?
Yeah, because she asked him several times to stop supplying liquor to her husband. And he didn't. And she retaliated. What a bitch. Always gotta be a killjoy. Bar fights and brawls. However, in 1913, there was the Copper Country Strike, and the population began to decline. Copper prices dropped after World War I, and many of the residents moved to Detroit, Michigan, where the automobile industry was booming. During the Great Depression, almost all the mines were shut down. Small-time mining continued in the area until it was shut down completely by a labor strike in 1968. The museum was very interesting and well worth a visit, especially since it was free. After our visit, we took a little walk into the town of Calumet, and they have lots of historical buildings that have been restored, turned into coffee shops, restaurants, and gift shops. Before we left Calumet, we stopped by Ramona's Bakery, where we hoped to find some cinnamon rolls. Everything looked great, but we settled on some cheesecake, brownies, and cinnamon rolls. This video is already running a little long, so we'll pick up next week as we head further north into Copper Harbor. We'll see you then.